Thank you.
You're welcome. Always thinking of you.
And I appreciate it. Oh, good for you.
Meeting of the Florissant City Council. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll.
Hanky? Here. Pagano? Here. Parson? Present. Siam? Here. Harris? Here. Jones? Here. Egan? Here. Caputa?
Here.
Childra?
Here. Next item, approval of minutes. Are there any corrections, additions to the meeting minutes of the September 23rd council meeting? Seeing none, I'll move to approve the minutes, second by Mr. Shuldroff. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. The minutes are approved. Next item is the mayor's budget message.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Honorable members of the City Council and the citizens of the City of Florissant. As Mayor of the City of Florissant, it is my responsibility to submit a proposed budget for the upcoming 2020 fiscal year. The proposed budget of just over $37 million is submitted in compliance with Section 6.6 of the City Charter and Section 67010 of the Missouri Revised Statutes. The 2020 budget provides a complete financial plan for the general, capital improvement, park improvement, street, property maintenance, public safety, sewer lateral, and property funds. The citizens of Florissant have been very proactive, along with the administration and the City Council, with new sales tax revenue, and has approved the voters in Florissant, the Florissant Prop S for street maintenance in 2016, A&R for code enforcement in 2017, and Prop P for public safety in 2018. A healthy reserve is crucial to maintaining a constant level of services and programs over time. Reserves provide the cushion necessary to bridge the fluctuations in the city revenue streams from one year to the next. The general revenue is projected to have a reserve balance of $8.1 million going into 2020. It is projected that the general revenue funds will have a reserve balance of 33%, with our policy of targeting a reserve balance of at least 10%. Sales tax and utility tax are the two most substantial revenue sources in the general fund. The city continues to experience a decline in both of these streams, which are consumer-driven and is budgeted in 2020 using the 2019 projected revenues, which has a decrease from 2018. At the time, when the proposed 2020 budget was delivered to City Council, we continue to experience a reduction in sales tax and utility tax. In conjunction with the increased cost of providing service, the proposed 2020 budget reflects a deficit in the amount of $2,132,995, which will require an appropriation from the General Revenue Fund Reserve. At the time of this reading, I've been able to reduce the deficit to $1.990065 million, with the attempt to further reduce as I and my administration meet with members of the City Council as we prepare the final 2020 budget. The City Administration is taking steps to mitigate the proposed general fund deficit as much as possible using some of the following strategies. Recommendation to create a part-time grant writer position to work closely with my office to explore and research grant opportunities to offset program expenses and/or enhancements. A full analysis was completed in 2019 of the telecommunications expenses and greatly reduced cost and increased services. The new IT media department will continue to review the technical resources and equipment of the city to streamline services for better user experience and possibly cost savings. The following strategies have already been initiated. The new IT department has made great strides improving our business practices through the use of technology. We also begun transitioning our phone and email environments to cloud-based systems that will provide better service, redundancy, and cost savings. Consolidation of all city cellular accounts, modems, smartphones, tablets, has allowed the city to renegotiate for better service and cost reductions. The Public Works Department is launching their new and customized database that all inspections, clerks, and the public will be able to use together. The Finance Department will also utilize databases for business license and sign permits, which will streamline the process and eliminate errors caused by the previous systems. A 5-1 software consolidation is proposed for 2020 that will combine HR functions, insurance and benefit enrollment, scheduling, timekeeping, payroll processing, and year-end reporting. This will allow all city employees to access all 5 systems in one platform on the internet-capable devices. It will also eliminate the current need for additional staff within the finance and provide HR the modern recruiting and employment management tools that are needed. Although this is not an immediate cost savings, it is a change in our business practices and information flow. The city has also undertaken the energy efficiency initiative. Currently, the buildings are being retrofitted with higher energy efficient HVAC systems, LED lighting, and new windows. This is part of a guaranteed energy savings project with CTS. The energy and operational savings are guaranteed to be $60,281. If we're going to have continued economic development success, we will need to focus on all aspects of potential growth, including the enhancement of St. Francis Street, filling vacancies, and diversifying our business sectors. This will be accomplished through our economic development department. I've asked our new economic developer, Travis Wilson, to create a strategy which lays the framework for capitalizing on this potential. Our economic development success continues to deliver attractive commercial and residential developments. From January 2019 through September 2019, 81 new commercial businesses and 14 residential businesses have opened up in the city. In 2018-2019, the city revised the part-time scale to include a new pay increase to the Missouri minimum wage and added additional steps to encourage more stability and less turnover in those positions. Once again, the budget proposal calls for increasing our minimum wage to stay with the Missouri minimum wage increase schedule for January 2020. This will allow the city to continue to stay competitive in our recruitment efforts and maintain necessary staffing levels. It is recommended that the city will continue to pay 100% of the employee health care premiums and 25% of dependent premiums. The city has experienced very favorable renewals in previous years with a 4.9% increase in 2018 and a 0 increase in 2019 to the medical insurance premiums. Though careful and professional negotiations with the assistance of our employment benefit consultants, we have reviewed our plan options for the coming year, and due to an increase in claimant experience, we will experience a 5% increase in medical insurance and a 4% increase in dental insurance premiums. This time I'd like to thank Chief Fagan and his staff, Public Works Director Todd Hughes and his staff, Parks Director Cheryl Thompson and her staff, and all department heads for their diligence and hard work in assisting the administration preparation for the proposed budget. I would also like to thank Finance Director Kimberly Johnson and Assistant Finance Director Jennifer Morris for their hard work and commitment to complete the 2020 budget, and I commend all of our employees in the City of Florissant for their dedication to the residents of our city. I've shared with you a very brief summary of the 2020 budget message. This budget message is will be made available for those who wish to review the full message. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Next item is hearing from citizens. Paul Blankenbush. Come on, sir. Yes. Sir, you have 3 minutes. We have a new sign over here.
Oh.
That, you can track your time, so you make sure that you have your 3 minutes.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. So could you state your name and address for the record, please?
Paul Balkenbush, 2130 Genke. It's in Ward 2. I'm here about the house next door to me at 2120. This house has been an eyesore for the last at least 4 years. That's how long I've been retired. Probably longer than that. The original owners moved out. It changed hands several times to speculators. In August of 18, I met the last owner that I knew about, and he was going to do all this wonderful stuff, and I said, great. In October of 18, we left for the winter. I come back in March of 19, and people are living in the house. And the things that were supposed to have gotten taken care of before anybody could get an occupancy had not been taken care of. The backyard's overgrown. The guy makes an attempt to cut the front yard, but he doesn't trim the weeds. He doesn't do things like that. Yesterday, I don't know why, but somebody showed up and started cleaning up the backyard. The backyard was overgrown with weeds, limbs falling out of trees just laying there. I've talked to different inspectors that come by and they say, well, we got to do this, we got to do that. This has been going on all summer this year. How long does it take before any other action can be taken? I can't see, winter's coming. Pretty soon it's going to be cold, all these weeds are going to fall down, snow's going to come, and next spring it'll all be back. And we'll start all over again. I'm just frustrated with it. I talked to Councilman Jones about it. He's been by and looked at it. He's put in calls. I know The city of Florissant, when it was sitting vacant, cut it twice, the yard, at least twice, maybe more. I don't remember anymore. And that's all I really got to say. I mean, somebody's got to get a handle on these homes, and you know, somebody's living in it. I don't know how they got in it. This particular backyard had an old koi pond that was supposed to get filled in, never did. Every time we get a heavy rain, it fills up with water. It'll sit there for a couple of weeks, and I don't know where it goes, evaporates or whatever, but it's a mosquito trap is all it is. And that's not been done. I could go on and on about it, but you get the gist of it, I think, of my feelings about it. That's all I have. Thanks.
All right, Paul, thank you. Rob Hoffman.
My name is Rob Hoffman. I live at 306 St. Louis Street. Several days ago, got an unannounced visit from Mr. Tim Jones, councilman from the 2nd Ward. Knocked on our door after weaving through a morass of twisted iron and broken bricks. It was the aftermath of an accident that occurred a week earlier. This involved a young man who, according to his friends, had spent an evening at Bunker's Bar, where he had consumed some 20 beers, after which he staggered into his 1997 Honda CR-V, perpetrated vehicular mayhem on 3 properties. He destroyed a tree at 290 St. Louis, narrowly avoiding killing a sleeping child in a corner bedroom. He then took out a fire hydrant and tore up 30 feet of lawn at 300 St. Louis before crashing head-on into 2 concrete reinforced brick columns and 35 feet of antique wrought iron fencing at our historic home. What the 2nd Ward councilman wanted to talk about, however, was not this incident, but some sort of personal vision for the businesses of our district, the 6th Ward. Apparently, Mr. Jones' vision is that the historic district would be better served if we had more bars, more people drinking, and Bunkers should be able to host loud rock music on their outdoor patio. My response to Mr. Jones at this time is this. If you like the idea of more alcohol, more drunk driving, and raucous music, why come to me? Why not knock on the doors of your constituents and pitch this visionary idea to them? How about Lindsay Lane for Florissant's new tavern district? Anyway, somewhere closer to your house. Point of fact, the recent carnage that occurred at our property was not a singular incident. This is the 3rd time in less than a year that a drunk driver from Bunkers has demolished our fence. After 25 years of drunk drivers never hitting our fence, we have now had 3 incidences in 1 year. This is not a coincidence, it is a trending pattern. We are hereby pleading with the city officials to recognize that we have a dangerous problem with drunk drivers emanating from Bunker's Bar, and please try to do something to stem this trend. We don't see how visions of more drinking and loud music will help. So we say that if you choose to do nothing to extinguish this fire, would you please kindly at least refrain from dumping gasoline on it? We have made it a matter of public record the scope of this problem and our plea to the city officials to try to do something to help protect us. God forbid, when the next drunk driving incident occurs, if an innocent bystander is injured or killed, when the personal injury attorneys descend in a feeding frenzy, they will know exactly who to blame and where to send their subpoenas. That's all I have.
Thank you, Rob. Mr. Jones?
Yeah, I went down there with good intentions and never said nothing about adding bars or...
I'm open for questions. Would you like to hang around?
Sure. We listened to you. I would have hoped that you would listen to us.
It took me 3 minutes. Would you like me to...
Tim. You had your light on before. Were you going to respond to your man in your ward?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right, is that it? If you want to. Mr. Jones makes a motion, we suspend the rules. I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. All right, Mr. Hoffman.
I'm open to questions.
Mr. Jones?
Yeah, Mr. Hoffman, I never said nothing about adding bars or nothing like that. I'm not gonna sit here and turn it into a joshing thing. I came over with good intentions. Mr. Hankey was out of town when this took place, and I thought it was a very good idea for you to be part of the process, if you remember. You didn't bring that up, what you just spoke about at all. You said you'd be willing to be part of the process, just not at the bar. And that was about all I said. Most of the time, you was wailing away on your computer, going off on crazy rants. I barely got 2 words in the whole conversation, but my intent was to come down to make you part of the process, like anybody else would be if there was an issue or problem. So I came down with very good intentions. I think your mind was already made up when I came there. You told me you are moving. You told me you've been looking for a residence elsewhere, and your mind was made up, and we helped push you out.
Okay, I'm not here to have a dialectical with you, sir. What we did, my wife and I, we heard you, and we immediately took notes on everything you said. So I'm happy to present those. I'm happy to present those notes if anybody wishes to see them.
I took notes myself. If anybody would like to see his, I could show you guys mine. Like I said, I went there with good intentions. I thought being a neutral player as a councilman, I know it's not.
It was extremely obvious.
I know it's not my ward, but to.
This is my councilman.
Okay.
No problem.
What,
I thought it was odd,
Finish,
out
Tim?
of line, and I didn't like what you had to say, so then we took notes.
thank you, Mr. Hoffman.
Thank you, Rob.
Next item is communication. Seeing none. Next item, public hearing. Public hearing number 1910025.
Notice is hereby given that the City Council of the City of Florissant will hold a public hearing on the proposed budget for the City of Florissant, including the General Revenue Fund, Capital Improvement Fund, Park Improvement Fund, Street Improvement Fund, Sewer Lateral Fund, Property Revitalization Fund, Property Maintenance Fund, Public Safety, and Court Building Fund for the fiscal year beginning December 1, 2019, in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, October 14th, 2019, at 7:30 p.m. All interested persons are invited to attend the public hearing and may present their views concerning the proposed budget. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or TDD 839-5142.
Kimberly? You have the floor.
Yes, we present the 2020 budget, and it's based on the third quarter actuals for 2019 in conjunction with the fourth quarter actuals for 2018, outside of the request for capital improvements and infrastructure.
Before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience would like to speak on this public hearing? Seeing none. Mr. Hinkey moves to close this public hearing, second by Ms. Pagano. All in favor? Aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Public hearing is closed. Next one, public hearing number 1910027.
In accordance with Section 405, 310 of the Florissant Zoning Code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri, in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, October 14th, 2019, at 7:30 p.m. on the following proposition: to authorize a special use permit to Girls Get a Grip Gun Club, LLC, to allow for the Educational Development Center in a B3 zoning district for the property located at 45 St. Anthony Lane. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or TDD 839-5142.
Is the petitioner present? Good evening. State your name and address for the records, please. Is it? It should be on. Yeah.
Can you hear, check?
It's on.
There you go.
That's better.
Better?
Yes, much
Oh,
better.
oh, much better.
Mary Edwards Fears.
That's better. Okay. All right, Mary, you're here for the Girls Get a Grip Gun Club. Love the name. That's great.
He
That's
thought
a
of
great
it.
name.
That guy back there,
That's a great name.
my husband.
You should have taken
Yeah, you
credit.
could explain to the council and to the public what you have that you're offering to us. I mean, your educational program, what you plan on doing, and
Yes, sir. Firstly, I wanted to take a minute to thank the City Council for agreeing to hear my petition. I appreciate that you guys taking your time to hear us out tonight. What I'm hoping for is that we get approved. I'm so glad we got classified as an educational facility, educational center. We came so close to being grouped or classified as a private club. And I didn't want to get the wrong impression or give the wrong impression. We're not doing nails down there. We're not doing hair down there. We're doing some serious business about Second Amendment rights. What I've found, what I've encountered, I'm a former, well, I shouldn't say former, I'm a retired police captain. The good mayor and I attended academy together in 1986. I'm not dating us or anything. We're
You're not that old.
But, you know, I retired in February, and I've been hatching this plan for the last 2 years. My mom, she was with us. Today is her anniversary, her death anniversary, so this is really hard for me to do, but we're going to do this thing. We're going to make this happen. But my husband and I, we developed this plan 2 years ago because what we found out through interviews, surveys, focus groups, is that women have these guns, and they don't practice often with them. They feel a little intimidated. They feel a lot intimidated. I got a girl, she's my liaison with sharpshooter range over on Gravois. She went with her husband to a different location, one of the ranges we're going to convey our members to, and she talked about her encounter. And she didn't tell him who she was. So she's an instructor at sharpshooter. She's been there for 3 years. She just went in with her husband, Nick, and the guy automatically just started talking to Nick. He tells Nick, oh, you'll teach her everything she needs to know. Women get that way too often. Your sisters, your nieces, your wives, your cousins, your neighbors, they're getting that way too much. They go there and they feel intimidated. I know, I've been talking to them. Or they feel that the guys are there thinking they're there for a date. So what we're going to do, we're going to make it real easy for them. We ran into so much agreement, so much a good reception. Busey Bank, St. Mary's Hospital, you name it, everywhere we go, women are clamoring for this stuff. And what we're going to do is, I'm retired now, so what I can do is drive. We just got a new 2019, what's that thing called? A Ford shuttle van. It was his idea, again. So we can take him to and fro because it's a hassle. It's stressful trying to get there. I know, because what I did, I went over to Gateway, I think that's over in Bridgeton, through the hills around, and it was kind of stressful for me. So my girls don't have to worry about that. Come, get in the van, we'll take you. So when we talk about 45 St. Anthony, and know this, I've already knocked on doors, I did knock and talk to introduce myself and the concept of our business to businesses and residents around that area. Because I want them to know, they need to know. And they were very receptive and then sparked some interest there too. So I think it'll be a good fit. I think Florissant will be an excellent fit, and I'll tell you why. Go back to that education facility name classification. Mayor Lowry, your dad, got ticked off 30 years ago. Barnes & Noble took his own sweet time deciding to locate over here in Cross Keys. He made a statement I'll never forget, Tim. He said, don't they know we can read in North County? We love education too. My mom was a big advocate of education. We all are. So I want it right over here in the safest city in North County, or region-wide. Florissant is still the safest city. This is where we belong. Girls Get a Grip belongs right here. So I hope you agree with me. Thank you.
thank you. Mr. Regan.
Mayor, your dad got ticked about something? Did you mark that down? I did mark that down. Captain, can you tell me what age group you're going to be targeting, or what would be the minimum age you'd bring in?
Well, we've been talking to mature women. Okay. When I say mature, the 40s and 50s, but we're not going to deny 25s. Not interested in 18-year-olds. We want serious contenders, serious students, because you got to be interested. You got to be serious about becoming responsible gun owners. We're going to be checking them out, too, their backgrounds, because we don't want felons. We don't want certain people hanging out with us. You got to be serious. Too often, Councilman, I'm meeting with women, talking with women, and those guns are in the drawers. They're in their cars, not properly stored. So we want to do something about that. Every day, we got these heinous crimes happening, especially with kids getting shot. We're going to help them with that. So when you talk about age group, I got to be honest with you, my husband and I were at like a mini focus group / family gathering, and this 94-year-old woman, her name was Virginia Worley. She was in a rifle club in our high school years ago, married to a World War II vet. She said, get your club, because I'm coming over. I want to shoot. And we're going to put a guy or girl or instructor on her. She wants to shoot, she can shoot. My staff is composed of four, three are police officers, one is an instructor at sharpshooter. So we're more than ready, we're more than qualified to handle her and others.
Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Egan. Mr. Parson.
Mr. President, good evening. How are you?
Find yourself.
I just have a couple questions. So this is like a instructional type of curriculum?
Classroom only,
Can
45.
you give us maybe some example of what types of things they would be learning in one of your sessions? I don't want you to give away your whole thing because we don't want people copying your business model, but can you just give us maybe one example of what you'll be doing?
Well, we're going to
classroom
discuss.
setting?
I'm sorry, sir.
In the classroom setting, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
We're going to be discussing a whole bevy of things. We're going to talk about Missouri gun laws, stand your ground, castle doctrine, so the public can understand. Like I said, serious gun owners. If you're not ready for classroom instruction, which will be occurring at 45 St. Anthony, and they will know that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to talk about grip, stance, sight alignment, nomenclature. They own these guns. They need to be comfortable with them. They don't have that confidence, sir. They will once we're done with them.
Okay, are you, the people that will be taking instruction from you, they need to already own their weapons, or are you going to have weapons for people to train with?
No, they don't have to own their own. It's encouraged, though, if they have it. We are going to insist that we work with you at least 3 times. You need to visit us 3 times. We want to, and during that time, we want to inspect your weapons because these are range instructors. Before we allow you to take it to the range to shoot, because we don't know if it's operable. They don't really have any knowledge of how to handle it. From the ones I talked to, there's Drake's restaurant owner over there in Ferguson. She has it. She pulls it out the drawer and says, I don't know what to do with it. I got my CCW. And too often that's happening. They're getting a CCW license, and they're not practicing. All I'm saying, I'm availing myself and my staff and my husband, if you want to go once a week, twice a week, 3 times a month, we're going to make sure you get there. We're even in talks with sharpshooter as far as a contract. They want us to be exclusive. I personally want to visit all the ranges, kind of get a feel. I know I feel good at sharpshooter. That's where I've went for the last 30 years when I go practice. But there's some other ones out there. We want to check those out too.
Okay, and I read in the planning and zoning minutes that at some point you're considering allowing the guys to come along too.
I got a lot of flack from a gentleman on this side of the table.
So I know not all the guys might not say everything about this, but they may not know a lot about weapons themselves. So is there a plan on when that might happen, or you guys are just kind of?
Well, I went to visit our liaison person with sharpshooter Monday. By then, we had established a date night, and we put it out there, and we're going to be doing more date nights. Whereas the women, but the focus has got to be women, because like I said, I see the need, and they're so intimidated. We're so intimidated. I'm not, because I've had 32 years of shooting, but I want them to build their confidence. We're going to do some competitions. Oh, we're going places.
And lastly, I had absolutely no idea that women went to gun ranges to go pick up guys. That was a shock.
She told me this. I'm thinking, okay.
That's all I had, Mr. President.
Yeah, they like us with the shoot. I'll say that.
Thank you, Mr. Parson. Mr. Shildroff.
Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, Mary and your husband, I'd like to thank you for your many years of service
Thank
to
you.
the community. Can you tell me what your hours of operation are going to be?
They will vary. We'll do a lot of weekend stuff, and we'll do evenings as well. These are professional women. They have jobs. In fact, we tried, Sharpshooter did, to get girls, get a group members or clients or interested parties to come on the 26th just to test it. And it didn't work out very well. It was on a Monday, I believe, and that didn't work out well at all. We know these women work, so we're going to schedule the hours conducive to their schedules. So we'll be doing evening work, and we'll be doing like Saturdays and Sundays. We will not be disturbing the neighborhood as far as traffic or any kind of loud disturbances. We won't tolerate it. When we do our training, we're going to make sure they understand our liaison, our unflinching commitment to Florissant laws, state laws, federal laws. If you can abide, you got no business here. We'll cut you loose.
What's the normal class size are you trying to get?
Sir, we only want to do 10 at a time.
Okay.
That's because we really want them to learn, absorb. I go to these ranges and I kind of, as a plain citizen, and I watch. And they really don't train them or put a lot of attention on them. Women, they have a tendency to kind of push us to the side. One girl, I'll give you an example. I was there shooting on Gateway, or is it Metro, St. Charles, Rock Road. And a girl asked a question, young lady. She asked, hey, how often do I clean this thing? And the guy just kind of told her, oh, anytime you feel like it, or just when you get around to it. That's not true. We clean our guns as police officers. I do, every time I shoot it. And that's the kind of information they're going to get from us. We're going to take our time. We're not going to rush. We got all day.
And just to be clear, you're going to have your office there and your classrooms, correct?
Yes, the office will be there. And here's the thing, what I like about being on site, I don't know if I shared with you, but my husband and I, we bought the property there, and it makes for a nice setting. We can put a conference table and they can learn. But I like being on site for the property itself for the simple reason my husband, who's retired as well 10 years ago, he's a good handyman. He's done so much to that place since we've been there. The mailbox, he's painted numbers so the authorities can find us if they need us in an emergency. He's done light fixtures. He's just done wonderful stuff. So that's why I'm hoping we get approval to be right there on site so we can see the comings and goings. That's a nice neighborhood, very nice.
That's all I have, and I wish you luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shildroff. Mr. Hinkie.
Yes, good evening, Mayor.
Hello there.
I love the ideal. I think it's fantastic, long overdue. I hope the whole ideal, the whole concept itself spreads. There's a lot of people own guns these days.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a council meeting goes by that one of us here, usually Jeff or myself, talks about responsible gun ownership. There's a lot of gun owners, but there's not a whole lot of responsible gun owners, and I think it's going to welcome. And I think I wish you nothing but success because I think the ideal is long overdue.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Hinkie. Ms. Pagano.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello there.
I'm very interested, and although I've taken this CCW class, and I know I was intimidated on that whole day, and I was with a group of men, and as a woman, I didn't want to ask questions and fear it was going to be that stupid question, which I tend to. Now, there will not be any guns on the premises, correct?
No, there will not. But in keeping with the Second Amendment rights and CCW, they do have a right to carry.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to make our van so we carry the weapons if they do bring them.
Okay.
We carry those. They don't transport those weapons to the range. That doesn't happen. And sir, you asked a question about do they have to bring? They don't have to bring. In fact, we're kind of insisting the first 3 times. You're going to use the guns at Sharpshooter or wherever we go. They're going to use those guns. We don't want you handling any guns until we know you can. That's why we're insisting at least 3 visits with us.
Okay.
Ma'am.
And my next question, did you ever think of putting like a self-defense class together, like with that, to add on to that?
Yes, ma'am.
For our women?
That's next.
Because I think that would be...
We got people lined up for that, ma'am. In fact, we're taking a class November the 4th, NRA class, certification class for refuse to be a victim. So, and we got one girl, she works at WashU. She's a lieutenant over there. And then we got another guy, he's a sergeant on the police department. They're going to come and do our self-defense. Yeah, they go hand in hand. You're absolutely right.
So that would be great.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
think it's something in these times that we need. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Pagano. Mr. Jones?
The only thing I want to ask, like I ask all our businesses, is there any way we can get a waste can next to the exit door so we make sure any waste is not going in the parking lot, that we get it put in our waste cans?
Okay, if I understand that question correctly, I'm thinking about putting some waste cans outside. Let me know if I'm answering your question, sir, because I see butts and I'm out there picking up trash. Am I on the right track here?
Betcha.
Okay, because I like a pretty property. I like a property that's well groomed and well kept. And I noticed that we're going to blow trash over there. And I noticed that we have an insurance company in our building, and somebody likes to smoke. So we're going to have a conversation about no smoking. It's going to be in the lease, no smoking. And then we're going to have, and I got 3 handy people that help me to keep the place spruced up. I love you, honey.
Well, the husband's really getting hit tonight. No, but we appreciate it. We try to poke at the trash can situation. I think everybody on the council, including the mayor, to make sure our parking lots and stuff are cleaned up. And the more we get on board with us, the cleaner our city will be.
Absolutely.
And good luck to your business, ma'am.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Yes, Ms. Fears, I think this is a great idea. Education, I mean, people nowadays with these weapons, and they don't know how to use them.
No.
They don't know the nomenclature of the weapons. I mean, and these firearms left in the cars. I mean, I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment, but these people that leave these guns, shotguns, rifles, pistols in their car, they're just giving people more ammunition to get rid of the Second Amendment, to amend it and to appeal it, and that's not right. So
Right.
And education is the key.
Yes, sir.
I was a Marine, and we didn't touch a
Him too.
live ammunition
Yes,
in
sir.
that RM-16 or 45 until we knew exactly how that weapon worked, dry fired, everything. So, and I think this is the education of that, I think it'll be very beneficial to people, and I'm all for this.
Sir, thank you for your service too. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you. Before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who'd like to speak on this public hearing? Seeing none, Mr. Hinkie moves to close this public hearing, second by myself. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Public hearing is closed. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. And come visit, everybody.
All right. Next item is public hearing number 1910028.
In accordance with Section 405, 310 of the Florissant Zoning Code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri, in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, October 14, 2019, at 7:30 p.m. on the following proposition: to authorize a special use permit to PFMW Florissant LLC, DBA Planet Fitness. Can't say that for some reason. To allow for a fitness club in a B3 zoning district for the property located at 175 Flower Valley Shopping Center. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or TDD 839-5142.
Petitioner present. State your name and address for the record, please.
Keith Putker with Putker Construction Company, 380 South Germantown Road, Breeze, Illinois.
Okay. You have the floor, sir. Explain to us, as council and the public, what you plan on doing with the old building and your construction.
Okay. So I'm here representing Planet Fitness Midwest. We do have several other gyms in the surrounding areas. It is about a 25,000 square foot gymnasium. It'll be a full retrofit job, including updating parking lot, updating the exterior facade, all new gym equipment. about it. So probably in terms of construction, it'll take us about 4 to 5 months to complete. So we really like the area. We try to keep a pretty clean gym. You won't see a lot of trash around or anything like that if you've ever seen any of our gyms. So we run a pretty tight ship. So,
Mr. Siam?
Thank you, Mr. President. Actually, in what you just said there, you answered a few of my questions, so I appreciated that. And this is going to be located in my ward, so I just wanted to say welcome to Florissant, and I think a lot of our residents are going to be excited to have you guys, and I appreciate it too because that space has been empty for quite a long time, so it's good to see some use being made out of that space too. So thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Siam. Mr. Jones?
Yep, just like I said to the last business request, I hope you can do something with some trash cans for us to make sure there ain't issues like that. It's always after the fact that we go back to them and ask for the trash cans, so I've been pretty diligent about coming at you guys to say, help us, be a good partner in our city, and if you could put some trash cans out or on the inside when you come in would be appreciated.
yeah, I can't really speak for what we have planned, but we typically have an enclosed dumpster. In terms of again, we try to keep a pretty clean facility, so there should be some sort of trash cans on the outside, and then also as you come in, and then like I said, a dumpster, an enclosed dumpster area as well. So
we see a lot of the old shopping centers, and they don't have trash cans, and when new tenants move in them, they say, well, there weren't cans there before. Well, we're trying to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
That's why we're hitting you in this process with, can we get some cans out there? I mean, it stops our parking lots. Usually you guys don't see it. Your employees are all gone for the night, and then in the morning you drive by at 4 or 5 in the morning, and there's stuff all over the parking lot, and it's blowing out on our streets and everything else, and that's when us council are getting called about all the trash problems.
Yeah, I don't see any issue with that, with that request. So, like I said, we try to keep a very, very clean gym. It actually works out to our benefit if people are putting their trash in our trash cans versus,
You bet. Appreciate it.
Yep. So.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Mr. Childroff?
Thank you, Mr. President. Can you tell me what your hours of operation are going to be?
Is this a 24/7? 24/7. It's a
Okay.
24/7 gym. So.
Can you tell me everything goes according to plan when you will start construction?
We will start construction as soon as we get through the permitting process. So, however long that takes, we have a fairly, I wouldn't say fine-tuned system down pat in terms of how our gyms lay out, so it doesn't take us very long. Design development, it's really how long it takes us to get through permitting so that we can actually start. So, if that's 30 days, then that's probably 30 days,
Okay.
so.
Thank you.
And again, probably about 4 to 5 months for construction, so depending on what we got to do with the utilities and stuff, so.
Thank you for coming to Florissant, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Childroff. Mr. Parson?
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, sir. Mr. Schuldoff asked one of the questions that I was going to ask about your hours of operation, but I would also like to know about how many employees do you guys expect to have working at Planet Fitness?
It varies, but on average, 4 to 6 employees, and then there's always going to be a manager there, so yeah, about 4 to 6. I can't share with you what our projections are for gym membership, but
Okay, you knew where I was going, all right.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that, but we can't really share those market studies out. So.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Thank you. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Parson. Mr. Egan?
I'm a little concerned, or not concerned, you have a 24-hour gym. Will there ever be a time when you only have one employee on scene?
We don't, just from a security perspective.
That's my concern.
We don't do that. We don't have just one employee, so, yeah.
That's my concern. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Egan. Yes, that was another one, being the 24 hours, your security. I don't know what you guys have for your security, inside cameras, outside, inside.
Yeah, we have cameras that look at every square inch of that space, outside of, restrooms and locker room spaces and stuff like that. But and then they're all application based. So any one of our stores, you can get on an app and actually look at every one of our gyms through a single app. So, as well as parking lots, all the light poles will have cameras on them and stuff. So,
okay.
Yeah. So,
your construction, do you use local contractors?
we do. So we're, Putker Construction is based out of Breeze, Illinois. So we're still a fairly local company. So, and in terms of local, Missouri area, we'll obviously be advertising in Florissant, for bidding opportunities and stuff. But we're a fairly well-known commodity. We started in 1980, so.
Because I know Florissant, we're a strong labor-based community, and with being signatory to the building trades, a lot of the contractors, and hopefully you guys can use the signatory contractors.
We will. I can't speak for their workload, but depending on their workload and schedule and stuff like that, as long as they're willing to bid the project, they're certainly going to have the opportunity for sure. So, we're just to kind of clarify that a little bit. We are also signatory to the Carpenters District Council as well as Laborers Local. So, just to kind of clarify that.
Yeah, I worked for you guys before.
Yep. Okay, good.
It's been a while ago, but yeah, it's been a few years ago.
Okay.
All right, and the biggest thing was the security question.
Okay.
Okay. But you guys answered that with your cameras, and Mr. Egan's, nobody's never there, one person, and you won't have cash basically on hand.
No, there'd be really no reason for large amounts of cash, to be on hand. Yeah, I'm not even going to go there with, so. Okay.
Before we close this public hearing, is anyone in the audience who'd like to speak on this public hearing? Yes. You state your name and address for the record, please.
Yes, my name is Todd Reiling, 4516 Boardwalk, Smithton, Illinois. And I just actually wanted to a couple other questions that maybe that Keith, I'm actually the civil engineer for Planet Fitness Midwest. They do operate currently right now like 33 locations. So they have the Cincinnati market, St. Louis metropolitan area, and they also have like northern Alabama area as well that they operate. So they are a very good, like Mr. Pucker was kind of talking about, they do offer and have a lot of different facilities. Now they were, I don't know if it was in 2015 and 16 like that, they were named Franchisee of the Year. So they do run a very good operation. And then they were operational Franchisee of the Year in 2017. So to speak on behalf of you're worried about the trash, they're a first-class facility, these guys are. There is a lot of franchisees out there that Planet Fitness has to deal with that only own like one or two franchisees. These guys are, like I said, they really do take care of their clubs. To answer a little bit more of a question about the 24/7 operation, now there is always at least 2, if not 3 employees, but also at night what they do is they have their cleaning crews come in there as well. So that's what so they're also going to have more people actually in there at night during that time frame like that to actually help out with, a little bit of that. The cash basis thing, they do, again, we're not going to get into a whole lot like that, but they do sell like, a few drinks, sports drinks, waters, things of that nature like that. So they do have a little bit of that, but everything is all membership based there, of course, as far as that goes. They do have trash cans up front. Again, their employees and their managers are always actually out in the parking lot. We're worried about that as far as actually picking. Like I said, they really run a really good facility here or whatever. So I don't know if there was any other questions anybody else had, like concerns in that regard that that we had or whatever. But that just kind of I think helps out a little bit more with some of the questions you guys may have had like that. So, and on behalf of our client like that, we'd appreciate the council would approve this special use.
Mr. Egan.
I'll pass. He answered my question.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Hinkie moves to close this public hearing, second by Mr. Egan. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Public hearing is closed. Next item is bills for a second reading. Bill number 9535. Ms. Pagano moves for a second reading, second by myself. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Ordinance authorizing transfer of $12,000 from sewer lateral account number 045805060, professional services sewer lateral video, to account number 04580300000, equipment repairs for additional repairs for equipment.
Mr. Siam moves for a third reading, second by Mr. Hinkie. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $12,000 from the sewer lateral account number 045805060, professional services sewer lateral video, to account number 04580030000, equipment repairs for additional repairs for equipment.
Before the final vote is taken, does anyone in the audience like to speak on this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Okay. Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Siam? Harris? Yes. Jones? Where do you go? Oh, Egan? Yes. Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Bill number 9535 passes and becomes ordinance 8555. New business, board appointments. Mr. Hinkie.
Yeah, I would like to make a couple of reappointments here. Both of them are reappointments. The Landmark and Historic District Commission, I would like to reappoint Gary Meyer.
Second by Mr. Egan. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
And
appointment is made.
Also Mr. Steve Seeby to the same commission.
Second by Ms. Pagano. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Appointment is made.
Thank you.
Mayor?
I wish to reappoint Mike Mott, 1025 Keven, Ward 3, to the Traffic Commission.
Moved by Mr. Egan. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Appointment is made.
I also would wish to reappoint the following individuals to the Senior Commission: Carol Wagner, 910 Daniel Boone, Ward 2, and Gene Royce, 2530 Longview, Ward 4.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Appointments are made.
I wish to reappoint Steve Schnell, 1465 Vesper, Ward 4, to the Disabilities Awareness Commission.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
And then last one, I wish to appoint Casey Sneed, 1770 Beverly, Ward 6, to the Emergency Management Commission.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Appointments are made.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Next item, bills for first reading. Bill number 9539.
Ordinance to authorize a special use permit to Girls Get a Grip Gun Club LLC to allow for an educational development center for the property located at 45 St. Anthony Lane.
Bill number 9540.
Ordinance to authorize a special use permit to PFMW Florissant LLC DBA Planet Fitness to allow for a fitness club located at 175 Flower Valley Shopping Center.
Bill number 9541.
Ordinance to authorize a repainting of masonry for 3230 Parker Road.
Mr. Parson moves for a second reading, second by myself. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Ordinance to authorize the repainting of masonry for 3230 Parker Road.
Mr. Parson moves for a third reading, second by myself. Roll call, please.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Oh, do you want to discuss?
We did. Excuse me, Mr. Pagano?
I was just,
Well, I haven't spoken with them personally because apparently they believe that Mr. Siam was the councilman for this particular area. But in the request, in the memo, they're requesting 3 readings. The building has needed some work for quite some time. It's not necessarily a reconstruction. They're just trying to redo some of the work that's already on this building, which is a strip mall that includes the lawnmower company, a dance company, and all of those things. So it's really in some disrepair and some work needs to be done on it. So that's my reason for the third reading.
Mr. Egan?
The only thing I see here on the memo says they're not requesting 3 readings.
Thought there was.
I mean, I'm not saying that they aren't, but
I could be mistaken.
On the agenda request, I didn't. In the memo, they did.
Not particularly. Okay. My mistake.
but would we have any, are we facing any weather issues or anything like that that?
I'm sorry? No,
Okay.
that's not anything that's been raised.
Okay. I know it's not an actual paint, it's a stain instead of a painting. It says a repainting of a masonry, but it's not an actual paint, it's I guess it's kind of like an acid stain.
I'm not saying that doesn't need to be done. I questioned the third reading on it, and then actually I'd like to see what they're doing at the top of the building. I see this, but I didn't understand. I mean, I'm very familiar with this area, but.
Mr. President, I'll just withdraw my motion for third, since if that's proper, so that people can ask more.
Mr. Parson withdraws his motion for a third. Okay. Okay. Mr. Jones?
Yeah, I was just going to state that we have, let other contractors use the stain instead of paint. But if we're passing on that, that's fine. Get this done.
I didn't understand. What did you say?
Yeah, it's staying not counting.
Mayor?
Yeah, I just want to say that I actually met with the owner of that property last week, and he's got a whole remodel plan for that shopping center, so he understands that there's some issues, and that he's got a total remodel that should be coming forward also for the entire shopping center.
Good. Good. That's a good thing. Yeah, I know that stain has been used before on other buildings in the city. It seems to be a pretty good product.
Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's was one.
They painted it.
They got caught, that's what happened with them.
Sure.
So,
Enough said.
Bill number 9542.
Ordinance to rescind ordinance number 8485 adopted on December 10th, 2018 for Coke Utilities and requesting that utilities be charged to Park Utilities, account number 015473600.
Move for a second.
Mr. Shuldroff moves for a second reading, second by Mr. Hinkie. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Ordinance to rescind ordinance number 8485 adopted on December 10th, 2018 for Coke Utilities and requesting that utilities be charged to Park Utilities, account number 015472600.
I'll move for a third reading, second by Mr. Hinkie. Roll call, please.
Hinkie?
Yes.
Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Cyan? Yes. Harris? Yes. Jones? Yes. Egan?
Yes.
Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth.
Yes.
Ordinance to rescind ordinance number 8485 adopted on December 10th, 2018 for Coke Utilities and requesting that utilities be charged to Park Utilities, account number 015472600.
Before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that'd like to speak on this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Cyan? Yes. Harris? Yes. Jones? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth.
Yes.
Bill number 9542 passes and becomes ordinance 8556. Bill number 9543.
Ordinance to amend section 100.090, schedule of court costs to adjust fees to be consistent with state statute.
Move for a second.
Mr. Shuldroff moves for a second reading, second by Mr. Egan. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
What's the specific statute?
Mr. Parson.
Can I ask the judge what is the specific statute? Because I was trying to look that up and didn't see it.
Good evening, everyone. Mary Elizabeth Dorsey, 8 St. Thomas Court. 488.5026. And it requires the authorization by the legislative body of the municipality to authorize the court costs before we can collect it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anything else? Right.
Thank you, Judge. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Ordinance to amend section 100.090, schedule of court costs to adjust fees to be consistent with state statute.
Mr. Jones moves for a third reading, second by Mr. Hinkie. Roll call, please.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Cyan? Yes. Harris? Yes. Jones? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth.
Yes.
Ordinance to amend section 100.090, section of schedule of court costs to adjust fees to be consistent with state statute.
For the final vote is taken, does anyone in the audience like to speak on this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Cyan? Yes. Harris? Yes. Jones? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth.
Yes.
Bill 9543 passes and becomes ordinance 8557. Bill number 9544.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $15,000 from account number 015422700 gasoline health to various accounts.
Mr. Shuldroff moves for a second reading, second by myself. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $15,000 from account number 015422700 gasoline health to various accounts.
Ms. Pagano moves for a third reading, second by Mr. Siam. Roll call, please.
Hanky? Yes. Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Siam? Yes. Harris? Yes. Jones? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $15,000 from account number 015422700 gasoline health to various accounts.
For the final vote is taken, does anyone in the audience like to speak on this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Hanky? Yes. Pagano? Yes. Parson? Yes. Siam? Yes. Harris? Yes. Jones? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth?
Yes.
Bill number 9544 passes and becomes ordinance 8558. Bill number 9545.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $15,000 from capital improvement fund to account number 035036148, capital additions public works, to account number 035036142, capital additions health, for the purchase of enclosed trailers for lawn equipment.
Mr. Shuldroff moves for a second reading, second by Ms. Pagano. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $15,000 from the capital improvement fund to account number 035036148, capital additions public works, to account number 035036142, capital additions health, for the purchase of enclosed trailers for lawn equipment.
Move for a third reading, second by Ms. Pagano. Roll call, please.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Parson? Cyan? Harris? Jones? Egan? Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth? Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $15,000 from the capital improvement fund, account number 035036148, capital additions public works, to account number 035036142, capital additions health, for the purchase of enclosed trailers for lawn equipment.
Before the final vote is taken, does anyone in the audience like to speak on this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Parson? Cyan? Harris? Jones? Egan? Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth.
Bill 9545 passes and becomes ordinance 8559. Bill number 9546.
Ordinance authorizing appropriation of $300,000 from the Public Safety Fund to account number 17517610000, capital additions public safety, for the replacement of records management, computer aided dispatch, and mobile computer systems for the police department. I can't see.
Ms. Pagano moves for a second reading, second by Mr. Egan. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Ordinance authorizing appropriation of $300,000 from the Public Safety Fund to account number 17517610000, capital additions public safety, for the replacement of records management, computer aided dispatch, and mobile computer systems for the police department.
I'll move for a third reading, second by Ms. Pagano. Roll call, please.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Parson? Cyan? Harris? Jones? Egan? Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth. Ordinance authorizing an appropriation of $300,000 from the Public Safety Fund to account number 17517610000, capital additions public safety, for the replacement of records management, computer aided dispatch, and mobile computer systems for the police department.
Before the final vote is taken, does anyone in the audience like to speak on this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Parson? Sam? Harris? Jones? Egan? Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth.
Bill number 9546 passes and becomes ordinance 8560. Bill 9547.
Ordinance to amend Title II, Chapter 245, Parks and Recreation of the Florissant City Code, Section 245180, fees for use, to adjust for the use of various park facilities, to adjust fees for the use of various park facilities.
Bill number 9548.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $20,000 from account number 035036148, capital additions public works, to account number 03503613660, capital additions IT, for the purchase of audiovisual equipment for the council chambers.
Mr. Shuldroff moves for a second reading, second by myself. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it.
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $20,000 from account number 035036148, capital additions public works, to account number 03503613660, capital additions IT, for the purchase of audiovisual equipment for the council chambers.
Mr. Shuldroff moves for a second reading, or third reading, second by Mr. Hinkie. Roll call, please.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Parson? Cyan? Harris? Jones? Egan? Caputa?
Yes.
Shildroth. Ordinance authorizing transfer $20,000 from account number 035036148, capital additions public works, to account number 03503613660, capital additions IT, for the purchase of audio visual equipment for the council chambers.
Before the final vote is taken, does anyone in the audience like to speak on this bill? Seeing none, clerk, please poll the council.
Hanky?
Yes.
Pagano? Parson? Cyan? Harris? Jones? Egan?
Yes.
Caputa.
Yes.
Shildroth.
Bill number 9548 passes and becomes ordinance 8561. Next item is council announcements. Mr. Harris.
So this Saturday, October 19th, a group is planning to meet for a litter pickup, and we're gonna work along Shackleford Road from Humes, maybe down to Lindsay Lane. There's been a lot of trash along there lately, so we're gonna get together and do that again. And we're gonna meet at 10 o'clock in front of Hazelwood Northwest Middle School and work till noon at the longest. And that's at 1605 Shackleford Road. So everybody's welcome to come. Don't have to be in Ward 1 if you want to just do some cleanup. I saw some workers north of there in St. Louis County. I'm not sure if it was a group organized from the county or if it was a church, but they had vests on and they were picking up and they had yellow bags. I don't think it was Florissant, but I was pretty excited to see that as well, just north of Florissant there. So if you have any questions, get a hold of me, ward1@florissantmo.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harris. Mr. Jones.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to our food bank team. There's always somebody hungry morning, noon, or night. They're always looking for volunteers. They're always looking for money. Any extra canned goods, any extra change in the car, a couple extra bucks, please run it down to team and stop in there and say hello. There's a lot of volunteers in there, spend a lot of time, and they're doing good things for our neighborhood. Another thing I'd like to speak about is Lindsay Lane and Malamphy. The second phases have not started yet on the water mains. I have put in a request to our Public Works about leaning on our water company about semi-cleaning them streets up with the rocks and the pea gravel and stuff like that. I have put that in. I know it's going to bust right open again on the backfilling, and then they're going to open up more ditch on both streets all the way down to Patterson on Malamphy and all the way to Lindbergh on Lindsay. But it's just taken some time. I've stopped and talked to those guys yesterday for a short time, or Friday it would have been. And they said they're on hold until they get the okay to move to the second phase. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Mr. Egan.
Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, I want to thank everyone who had any involvement with yesterday's Fall Festival. That was just...
Yes, very good.
The city employees, Old Town Partners, the volunteers, the people who set up booths, the officers that kept us safe. There was not one single incident, not even a dog fight. And there's a lot of dogs. It was just such a great event. And as we came up St. Francis Street tonight, it looked like it did 2 days ago. It was clean, and to see thousands of people out there just having a great day in Florissant. One of my constituents stopped me at the bottom of the hill and said, "Look up there." And she said, "North County's dead, isn't it?" And I said, "You're right." It was a great show of what it's like to live in this community, and I want to thank everyone who had anything to do with it. Secondly, next Saturday evening is Race to the Shrine, the 5th annual Race to the Shrine, and they still have openings if you want to go in and run or walk the 5K or the 1 mile fun run. The Valley Flowers dinner is next Monday, a week from tonight, and they may be sold out. Yes, no, too late? No, it's not sold out. It's not sold out, so if you want to come and join us for the Valley of Flowers dinner at Hendel's, which is just a really awesome time every year, contact the Valley of Flowers Committee. And last but certainly not least, the Knights of Columbus has a food truck event night this Thursday, the 17th, beginning at 5 o'clock. And it looks like there's about 12 or 14 trucks going to be there. So it's a Thursday night, not much going on. The weather's going to be awesome, so make sure you go by and see those at the Knights of Columbus grounds. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Egan. Mr. Shildroff.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also would like to thank the Fall Festival Committee. It was a great event yesterday. At one time, Mr. Jones, myself, the mayor, and Mr. Caputa were speaking to the county executive who was at the event, and he couldn't believe the number of people that were there, and we all enlightened him on what a great place this is, and how many people we knew the weather would be great and a lot of people would be there. So I know he had a good time, and we all petitioned him to be in our parade in May, so hopefully he will be there and see even more people there, and what a great city this is. You know, this was really hard tonight to come to this meeting and sit between these two people here. This one won the chili cook-off. This one was second. I mean, I've been through a lot of meetings in my career, but this was the hardest one to sit right here tonight. I do want to congratulate both of them. It was a great event and a great chili cook-off like it is every year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shildroff. Mr. Henke.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Mayor, if you don't take credit for the weather yesterday, to make up for your second place finish in the chili cook-off, I would definitely take it.
It was my idea.
Yeah. Good board, too. And on something really important to Barb and I, wife and I would like to welcome Max Julian Williams, our newest grandbaby. And on a personal note with that, mom, baby, everybody's doing fine. But Max was born on what would have been my mom's birthday. So it was pretty cool.
Congratulations. Thank you, Ms. Henke. Ms. Pagano.
Yes, well, I'm just following everyone else with the Fall Festival. What a beautiful day, and it really says a lot for this community and the people in this community. And also, welcome to the Winner's Circle. I've been there. I like to share, so just so you know. And to the residents of Wards 5 and 7, please be on the lookout for a postcard coming in your mail. It should be yellow. And we will be having a ward meeting on Thursday, November 14th at 7 p.m. at the Justice Center. So, and that will be with Wards 5, Mr. Shildroth, and I. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pagano. Yeah, yesterday with the Fall Festival it was beautiful. I mean, you couldn't ask for better weather. The people, like the county executive said about, you never would have expected to be like this. And there were several people out there from other parts of the St. Louis area who were just amazed at what we had to offer here in the city. And it was great. It was great listening to us say that. It made us feel good, you know, that we're on the right track and everything is going as planned. Make sure if you're a firearm owner, keep your firearms locked up. Do not leave them in your vehicle so they don't get stolen. Be a responsible firearm owner, or don't be one at all. You shouldn't own one if you're not responsible for them. Ward 4 Neighborhood Watch is going to do a cleanup on Humes, November 9th. Starts at 10 a.m. We meet at Walker's School at 10 a.m. So if you're willing to come out and you haven't been there and never done it, you got to be there about 15 minutes early so you can sign the waiver. Construction on Patterson and Humes with Spire, the gas company, is an ongoing thing. They're down to one lane right there, so make sure you're cautious of when you're around that area, because it can get very dangerous out there with all the equipment and the people flying by. So make sure you give them guys, the construction workers, some little bit of leeway and let them do their job. It's hard to say this, but yesterday was the Navy's birthday. So I'd have to, all your Navy veterans out there, happy birthday, 244 years. And next month's the Marine birthday. It took them less than a month to the Navy figure out they needed some security and some soldiers, so they had to get the Marines a month later. But anyway, happy birthday to all the Navy veterans. That's all I have. Thank you. Mayor Lowry.
Well, first, the Fall Festival, I'll just echo what everybody else has said. Just want to add two more things to that. Karen, thank you for being the co-chair of that. You did an outstanding job. Thank you. And then Steve Kisson in our media department, they actually were filming and putting out videos during the event, which I thought went over very well. It's another way to advertise, let people know that the event's happening. as they're getting the information right away, so thanks to the media department. And then congratulations to Keith Took and the Old Town Donuts as being the Riverfront Times named the Old Town Donuts the best donuts in St. Louis for 2019. And that's true. I've had a lot of donuts as a policeman, right, Joe? And our Halloween dance and costume party is going to be Friday, October 18th from 6:30 to 9 at the JFK Center. This is for 5th to 8th graders. The ice rink is going to be opening in October, so please use our ice rink. Looks like October the 25th is going to be opening day. The Family Boo Bash is going to be Saturday, October 26th from 12 to 2 at the Egan Center. And the Halloween Swim and Skate is going to be Wednesday, October 31st from 6 to 8 at the Egan Center. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Next regular meeting of the Florissant City Council will be on Monday, October 28th, 2019. Mr. Shuldroff moves to adjourn the regular meeting, second by Mr. Egan. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Well, thank you. Some people took it pretty well. Others